Grona, second strike, no balls, and a great play earlier that we can unfortunately not capture. He's throwing again now. He'll check his swing, and that'll be out number 2. A great heater by Grona. He's having a solid night tonight as Cooper Chitsey walks up to the mound. Yeah, it's just a hard angle for me. That one's high. It'll be a ball. What's wrong with being over here? That one a little bit outside, lower this time. That'll be ball 2. That in the street. Can you send me a video, Ninja Link? But I wonder. Oh, well, I guess we have our inside angle. That one inside, it'll be ball 3. Chitsey had to back away from that one. Guess he doesn't want the heat to the face. And then again, who does? Chitsey walks. After a very solid 2 outs, Grona goes for 4 balls in a row and walks Chitsey. Now there's a runner on first. Knights still have the upper hand. Yes. Idiot. That one bunts foul. And another common theme we've seen from Tuesday's game, Anderson's inability to bunt. Somehow it always goes foul. I have to say, when they get it off, it becomes a little bit tricky for McCallum players. You just got to lean over. McCormick up to bat now. Ball 1. The Knights looking a lot more dialed than they were previously. Strike 2. One more strike, and they get out. And the Knights get out of this inning scoreless, avenging that terrible, terrible second. That one's outside. Ball 2. Chitsey takes a lead. McCormick looking now. That one's hit high. Mac outfielders hawking it down. Bring it down, no issues. Knights get out of the second inning scoreless. And we remain at 0-0.
And your favorite announcer, Julia Copus, is now back on the mic. I will be taking over as Vigo gets something from his car. And I apologize you haven't been able to hear my extremely witty commentary until now. I've been busy troubleshooting our technical difficulties, but we seem to have that all worked out now. And as much as I would love to say what I think is going to happen in the rest of this game, I think I prefer to just keep my mouth shut because we all know what happened on Tuesday. And Robert Grona, who has been pitching excellently for the Knights so far tonight, will come up to bat as I believe, not sure who's the Anderson pitcher right now, but somebody is pitching. We'll see if Grona can do something. And that will be ball 1 for Grona, which is exactly the kind of thing we like to see. Ooh, that looks close to me, and that will be strike 1 for Grona. Ooh. Grona gets a little piece of that, it sounded like, but that will be strike 2. Sorry, friends, I'm just trying to find the right angle to watch from up here in the booth. And Grona will take his time, much to the chagrin of the Anderson student section, but
it doesn't even matter. Grona strikes out looking. Second out for the Trojans. Nothing but back-to-back-to-back outs. Very few hits so far. Very strong defensive game. Cade Kazin not even pitching too bad in the absence of Vinny Franco. Swing and a miss for Alec Innocente. Swing 2, miss number 2. Innocente swinging to stay alive. That one's low. It'll be ball 1. The student section finally happy with the umpire. That one low 2. 2-2's the count. Over the umpire's head, that'll be ball 3. 3 straight balls since starting with 2 strikes. Catcher approaches Kazin for a little powwow.
Well, V just said he wanted to hear more back and forth banter between the two of us, but he is the one who forgot to bring a second mic, so. Okay. And Innocente, strikes out. Yeesh.
Mason White back up as Kazin winds up. That one makes contact with White way outside. White swings and misses at that one. 0-2 count. And down to the count, what will White do? I've heard that some of the baseball players have bracelets that say that. WWWD. Kazin winds up. That one's outside, but that'll be called strike 3, and the Trojans will make it out of the innings scoreless. 2.5 innings so far, 0 runs, and just a handful of hits.
Now, this is a fun question I came up with earlier today, V. If you were a baseball player, what would your walk-up song be?
Now, I mean, this probably has to be the hardest question for anyone that actually listens to music. Gosh, when you think of a walk-up song, you kind of want something that's very familiar, you know, something that is just kind of there. It's tricky, honestly. I think that I would have to go. I'd have to go "Champion" by Kanye West. It's very, you know, it's pretty confident, but it's also very familiar to me. So yeah, I think I'd go "Champion." Julia, what about you?
Now, asking this question, I knew it would be very difficult for me to answer, and I failed to really think about it before I actually offered the question up to you. So it is hard. I really like your pick of "Champion" by Kanye West, but I think for myself, I would have to pick. This is really hard. I may have to get back to you on this. I really should have thought about it before I actually asked the question.
And we'll give Julia a little bit of time to think about it. Meanwhile, Como up to bat for the Trojans. Ball 1. Robert Grona with an efficient 2 innings so far. He's looking to make it 3. That one's in the middle. It'll be strike 1. For those of you at home, Julie is currently scrolling through her Spotify-liked songs. Nothing wrong with that. 2-1's the count. No runners. That one looked good, but it'll be called ball 3. Winds up inside, and Como will walk for the second time.
Now batting number 15,
Derek Paez coming up to the plate now. A fan favorite. Depends whose fans you're talking to. A bad bunt. And that'll be called strike 1. The Trojans, I mean, one thing they love to do is just bunt. I mean, few things in this world I think this team does more than bunt. Grona checks first, winds up, launches. Strike 2. 0-2 is the count. That one launched high up and hopefully did not hit the kid fishing at the pond. Met him earlier. He seems like a lovely kid. Como takes a lead. Grona looks around, takes the hint. That one's low. It'll be ball 1. Now, Julia, I mean, I feel like I have to fire back with my own question. Oh, she hasn't answered. I forgot. She hasn't answered her first question. Let's see what she's got to say.
Sorry, my mind totally blanked the minute I asked the question, which was really, really stupid of me to do, to ask a question and not immediately have my answer ready. But after some thinking and checking my Spotify liked songs, sorry, mind went blank. It's been a long day. I remembered what I had originally thought. Oh, and Robert Grona will strike. Who was that? Derek Paez out. Let's go. Sorry. As I was saying, my walk-up song, I will have to say I would twin with Philadelphia Phillies player Alec Boehm, and my walk-up song would have to be Famous by Kanye West. So, Kanye twins over here in the booth.
We do not support any of his political statements, but do dearly enjoy his music. Hank Rippey up now. That one made contact, and it'll be strike 1. Como tried to steal, but couldn't get off first without Rippey making contact. That one goes right at us. I jumped a little bit. Julia, how about you?
Yeah, I did too.
Extremely scary. 0-2's the count. Rippey now swinging to stay alive. He checks his swing. That one's low. It'll be ball 1. That one makes contact and nearly misses the kid playing soccer. There's one thing you can say about these Anderson batters, it's that they love to headhunt. They love to headhunt for kids doing just random things around. Grona tries the pickoff. Como's a little bit quicker. Smart move. Como's got to keep him on his toes. He's getting a little too comfortable with that leadoff. Taking about 4 or 5 steps, hard to get there. Rippey, another foul ball. Now, I mean, Julie, I mentioned earlier that I had a question of my own, and you know, maybe I'm just watching a lot of baseball recently, or it's just the mood of the tailgate I'm in, but how many hot dogs do you think you could take down?
This is an excellent question. I think if I truly properly prepared for the challenge, that I could probably maybe eat like, honestly, ooh, oh my gosh. Oh.
Rippey rips one into center field, lands on the warning track for a double.
Number 8,
Cade Kazin, the pitcher, up to bat now. He's got to be gassed.
As I was saying, I think I could probably eat like 10 hot dogs. I'm going to be honest. Listen, I know that this is not an impressive number, but there was once a time where I ate 3 hot dogs and felt sick. And that was with no preparation. And as much as I love hot dogs, I think I just unfortunately can't stomach them as much as I wish I could. I really truly wish I could aim for higher than 10, but I'm trying to actually be realistic here in case someone actually challenges us to this.
You know, I'm kind of have to go with Julia. I think that 15 would be my number, just with a full day's fast, and I don't know, just full day's fast and some really good hot dogs. I feel like 15's in the cards. That one goes straight up. McIntyre looking to bring it down, and that one goes over the fence. It's unreachable. Some good instincts there by the infield. Kazin Reaction time might be a little slow after you've thrown about 3 innings worth of pitches, don't you think? Yeah. I mean, interesting choices from Coach to put him in, so high in the batter's lineup. Doesn't really give him a whole lot of time to adjust to the innings he's pitched, but we'll see how he fares now. That one's outside. Counts 1-1. That one's ripped high. It's going for one of the parents in the lawn chairs. Thankfully, it misses. At some point, you just have to stop thinking it's coincidence and start seeing the patterns. Anderson training batters to hit pedestrians? ? Who knows? 1-2 count. Grona looking to avoid the runners on second and third. That one's high. McIntyre pops up. 2-2. That one makes contact, and it is again sent into a creek. All contact has been foul so far from Kazin. Como looking hungry. Como and Rippey looking hungry on base. That one looked good, but the count fills. And Grona looking to avoid getting into a bases loaded situation by walking Kazin. My apologies. I don't know if anyone heard this, but I did just knock on wood. It was my assumption that I was probably at fault for the loss on Tuesday. We were the fault for the loss on Tuesday. These McCallum baseball players give it their all, and they're, do everything they can. So I don't think it could have been them. That one makes contact. Foul. Shocker. As 90% of these Cade Kazin contacts this game has been foul. Swinging to stay alive. Grona trying to get a strike in or make him swing. Anderson gets 2 in as Kazin gets a 2 RBI single. Folks, I'll be honest. This is about exactly what I thought would happen. I'm going to hand the mic to Julia now and attempt to cleanse myself of this evil energy.
Yeah, I'm just not going to say anything because, once again, us jinxing ourselves has been proven. V said hopes can get out of here without walk, and then bam, double. So I'm actually going to hand the mic right back on over to V because what the hell, dude.
A very understandable anger. I take full responsibility, and I don't think any of it should be on the players. A mound visit now. Honeycutt discussing some options with his infield. The outfield stands scarily, as they all are in kind of a perfect triangle, and none of them are really moving. It is it's a little terrifying. Appears to be some sort of Children of the Corn situation. Nope, I think right field might be levitating. Nope, never mind.
I would say Northwest Park is a little more Children of the Woods, a little more Forest of Dreams. As much as I wish we were in the middle of Iowa in a beautiful golden cornfield, unfortunately we are in Austin, Texas, which I shouldn't say unfortunately. This is actually very beautiful, but yeah.
Pony Field, one of the more scenic locations. This game was supposed to be played at Nelson, which just has a highway behind it. Would have been a lot less scenic. Huh? James Cole aiming for our camera with that last foul ball. Makes contact. Satterwhite misses it. Kazin gets all the way to third, and Cole gets it to first. A similar situation for Grona. 3 innings pitched out of your starter isn't too bad. If you're Honeycutt right now, Julia, are you questioning whether or not, are you weighing the options to pull Grona?
I would say that weighing the options to pull Grona is definitely a reasonable thing to have. I will say Grona's been pitching really well the past 3 innings, or past 2 innings and a half. And so, I don't know, but we'll see.
And Cole steals second as McIntyre couldn't get the throw there in time. A extremely similar situation. Grona looking to avenge his mistake. That one's high. It'll be ball 3 for Grona. Strike 1 as, I mean, it appears that Bennett Wright just had no interest in swinging at that whatsoever. On his heels, And at the feet of the student section, it's a full count. Very solid 3 innings at a big country.
And as much as I love the name Big Country, I think from here on forward I will be calling him Bobby just because I like that as a nickname. And I think it's very old-timey and we should bring that back. And Bennett Wright will.
An error from McIntyre opens the door for Wright to make it to second and 2 more runners to advance to home. Really unfortunate play there. I mean, I guess the same way they say, blank is the new black, 3rd inning is the new 2nd inning. Grona with 1 out now, desperate to get out of this inning. If I'm a coach now, I think there's no question as to whether or not I'm pulling Grona.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to agree. As much as I have loved his pitching so far, I think his juice has worn off. So, yeah.
A bunt from Livingston. And shocker, an Anderson bunt goes foul. And I mean, I kind of agree with Julia. As great as Robert Grona has been so far, I mean, 3 innings is pretty solid from your starting pitcher. You kind of just have to weigh the options now of putting a fresh guy in.
And I will say, 3 innings in high school, as most high school games are usually about 7 innings, is pretty solid. It's definitely, this is around the time where you would consider changing pitchers.
Yeah, and I mean, the big question tonight is who is that relief pitcher going to be? I mean, you saw Jake Gramling come in and have a very solid couple innings for the Knights before handing it off to Alec Innocente. That one's hit high into center field. And the Knights come down with it for out number 2. Will Livingston heading back to the dugout.
Number 2, Cooper Chitsey.
Cooper Chitsey back up to bat. Sort of Robert Grona's arch nemesis this game, you could say. Taking a huge page out of the Tommy McIntyre book, Cooper Chitsey decided to go with some form of Jamaican rock. I will admit that Tommy's song sounds way cooler, and I don't like Cooper Chitsey's. That one just makes it inside. It'll be strike 1 for Grona. I mean, a lot of strikeouts tonight. Grona brings a little more heat than what we saw on Tuesday.
Yes, as I said earlier, he's definitely been pitching a lot better than the starting pitcher for the Knights, although I'm going to eat my words.
Immediately. I'm going to immediately eat my words. An error by Satterwhite, and Chitsey gets another double.
Now batting, number 4, Max McCormick.
For the love of God. Max McCormick up now as the Trojans tack on another run to the 4-run lead. It's now a 5-run lead. Max McCormick trying not to be the odd man out of the batters so far. Knights are looking for Grona to get out of this inning. Chitsey took a lot of lead, and I think he could have picked him off. It's just a matter of whether the shortstop, Jeremy Valle-Solis, was ready for it. Chitsey taking more lead. He's fast. You got to be careful with a guy like him. And that one's ripped into the gap. Trojans are waving him in. And McIntyre tags him to get out of the inning. Entering the 4th inning, Knights are down 5-0. Solid amount of ball left to play.
Yeah, that inning was kind of rough, I will say. I think we were seeing some of the same issues that we saw in the last game, where the Knights are making a lot of errors that, in my opinion, are kind of silly, like they're dropping the ball, things like that. But I wouldn't say silly, but just errors that are kind of surprising from a Knights team that's usually really good at fielding balls. And that's the thing, is like, yes, the Trojans won 14-1 on Tuesday, but I really wouldn't say it was because of a crazy superior amount of hitting in a sense that's like so outstanding. Obviously, I will give them credit where credit is due, and they are good at hitting, but I felt like most of their runs didn't come off hits that like came through the windows of sort of the infield, like they didn't go between players. I felt like most, or at least half of them, were like the McCallum fielder, just either the ball grazed slightly by or they dropped it, and that, the Trojans are fast and they were able to make it home within that time. And I feel like a sort of similar thing is happening here, and it's just kind of, it's difficult because it's like, well, hey, let's just catch, but again, I'm trying not to critique, and we will move into the top of the 4th with Max Satterwhite leading off for the Knights.
Satterwhite up to bat now. The Knights' best batter usually hasn't been having the best night so far. That one straight down the middle. Satterwhite's caught looking, and that'll be strike 1. Outside, good check by Satterwhite. Chitsey still pitching for the Trojans after 4 innings. He tries to check, but he goes a little too far. That'll be strike 2. Way outside. They're going to call that strike 3. If I may, a terrible, god-awful call. He's basically on the other side of the batter's box. McIntyre swings. Strike number 1. Knight's struggling to get a hit. That one's hit high. Center field's tracking it down. Shortstop think he's got it. He brings it down for out number 2. Blaze Kaiser walking up to the plate now. The designated hitter looking to have a big impact. Swing and a miss. Kaiser's last at-bat ended with 3 swings and 3 strikes. He's looking to make up for that right now. Lincoln Balker warming up. Swing number 2. Kaiser walks back into the batter's box. 2 outs, 2 strikes, and 1 strike away from the end of Anderson's side of the inning. That'll be strike 3. Kaiser's caught looking.
Well, yeah, as V just said, this game is moving a lot faster than on Tuesday, which can't really complain too much about that. As you all may have heard on the stream at Tuesday, I was ready to go home by the end of the night. It was far past my bedtime. So, again, I'm trying to be careful with my words here so we don't jinx things as we did on Tuesday. So, and it appears that Robert Grona will stay on the mound for the Knights, hopefully coming out of the funk he sort of had in the 3rd inning.
Grona still on the mound after that 5-run last inning. Seems the coaches have decided not to pull him. Knights warming up, looking to overcome this deficit and looking to shut out this inning.
Now batting, number 5, Connor Como.
Como's 3rd at-bat of the night. Grona's hoping to make it a little different than the others. That one looked pretty solid, a little bit outside. McIntyre offsetting a little bit to the outside. That'll be strike number 1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss as Como moves to 1-2 on his count. Hit right past Mason White. He can't hold on to it. Como will make it to first.
Now batting, number 15, Derek Paez.
Paez walks up to the mound again for the 3rd time tonight, too. Como has been a problem for the Knights so far, making it on base all 3 times with 2 walks and a single. The rain's starting to come down a little more. That one's hit high to center field. Knights look to bring it down, and they do. That'll keep Como at bay as Paez flies out.
Now batting, number 9, Hank Rippey.
Hank Rippey up to bat now with a double in the last inning. It's another one of Grona's arch nemesis. He goes for the pickoff, and Como's just a little bit faster. Something that looked directly down the middle is called ball 1. The Anderson student section all barking at Robert Grona. Strike 1. And we've seen that a lot. Tommy will offset to the outside, and Grona will barely clip that strike box. Just very on the outside edge, a hard hit if he keeps going back to that well. 1's across the board, way inside. He was trying to get a piece of Rippey with that one. I can't blame him. Grona steps off to take a beat. That one hit foul and barely misses McCallum bullpen. McIntyre offsets to the inside this time. Grona steps off, and that'll be a clock violation. Como will take a base. Unfortunate, but I'd be lying if I said the pitch clock did not make this sport 10 times better. Don't exactly, well, because we don't have a pitch clock, I don't really know why. I think he has time. And that one's hit foul. Rippey sends that one over the fence into the soccer field. That one's sent into center field, and it's gone. Rippey with a 2-run homer. For the love of God, please end my pain and suffering. And the corniest thing I have seen all night just occurred to the left of the batter's box. I think people that jumped that didn't even get an at-bat tonight. Seems a pitching change is in place for the Knights as Honeycutt is in the middle of a mound visit.
I don't even know what to say other than Hank Rippey is a Texas commit, and I'm pointing that out because I'm curious how many high school baseball players would be able to prevent a Texas commit getting a home run, since Texas is one of the best college baseball teams, number 2 in the nation. I think yeesh is all I have to say, because, whoo boy, we thought we were safe at the end of the second inning because, oh, whoops.
And Satterwhite warming up his arm for the Knights. It looks like he's going to be the one to relieve Grona. This game is awful and I hate it.
Yeah, me too.
And it's raining. Not even...
I will say this is kind of similar to Tuesday in that the weather is pretty awesome, but the game is freaking terrible. So,
a little chilly, if I'm being honest.
well, I like the cold, so.
Thank you, Elsa. And the Knights trying to get out of this fourth inning here without allowing much more. Satterwhite trying to lead out as it looks like Grona will replace him at first base.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 8, Cajun.
Cade Kazin up to bat now after 4 straight shutout innings. A high fly ball to right field. A couple people tracking it. Knights bobble it, but end up bringing it down. Kazin pops out.
Now batting number 6, James Cole.
Out number 2 is James Cole back up to the plate. That one hits forward. Satterwhite can't pick it up in time. And Kazin's still thrown out. Sorry, Cole. Cole is still thrown out. They look nothing alike. How did I mix that up? A great play by Satterwhite there. And he'll lead the Knights out of the inning. Trojans warming up now. McCallum fans really finding it difficult to rally. We are included in that statement. While this game is not going nearly as long, we're approaching the hour-and-a-half mark and entering the 5th inning. The mental toll that it has taken on us is undeniable.
Yeah, I think I've lost about 10 years off my life from watching McCallum baseball play Anderson this year. So when you all see me croak at age 60, you can point to this as the cause of my death. There's no need to call in the medical examiner. Just let him know that this was why.
And a really loud door to bring us back to reality. Trojans warming up. Kazin appears to still be the pitcher. As
Now
he's
batting, number 6, Lincoln Bacher.
Lincoln Bacher, the lefty, for the Knights. He goes to bunt, backs out just in time for ball 1. Swing and a miss, and the count moves to 1-1. That one's high, ball 2. Some kind words from the Anderson student section as Bacher misses on that one. That one's ripped to left field. Trojans trying to track it down. They drop it, and Bacher takes 2 bases. Could this be the start of a McCallum comeback? God, I hope so.
Now batting, number 1, Jake Gramling.
I didn't mean that. Something about OJ just came out of the Anderson student section. God knows whatever that is. Probably was not good. Gramling up to bat now, donning a new number than his usual number 8. Kazin looks for the pickoff, but can't quite get it there in time. That one's high. It'll be ball 1. Gramling walks back in. That one's hit high. Catcher trying to bring it down. Can't get to it. Thought for a minute he was looking at us. Kazin taking his sweet time. Gramling swings at that one. It's coming down. Center fielder gets to it. Almost drops it. Bacher scrambles back to second in time. And there is no way they don't break that fence.
Now that is number 17, Roland Hennard.
Roland Hennard up to bat now. Older brother of Sonny. Their mom is a teacher at Lamar Middle School. Kazin looks for the pickoff. Bacher gets back in time. Some extremely kind words coming from the Anderson student section directed towards Hennard. I'm sure he appreciates all the support. Kazin, please throw a pitch. And it's a ball. All that to throw a ball. What are we doing? Drops that one, and it is hit foul. McCallum fans not too happy about that. And they have a right to be, as the third baseman touched it, dropped it, and it magically ended up foul. That's some BS. Hennard swings and misses for strike two. Hey, you think it's picking up double? You think it's picking up double? Do you want to listen real quick to that? I just can't see. Yeah, I guess. And strike three as Hennard strikes out looking.
Now that is number 9, Robert Grona.
Grona up to bat again. Bacher still on second. Kazin steps off. That one's high, and it's ball one. Bulldog trying to split the gap. Makes it safe to first. And he goes down. Trooper is right back up and on the plate. What a guy is all I can say. An amazing play. He's fighting some pain. Caden Miller will come in as a pinch runner.
Now that is number 5, Alex Innocente.
As just said, Alec Innocente is up to bat now. Knights, the closest they've gotten to a run tonight. Got Bacher on third and Grona on first. 2 outs. Do you believe in miracles? I do. Ball 1. Now Kazin can afford a walk here. But the question is, does he want to get himself into a bases loaded situation? And that'll be ball 2. Little too low for the ump's liking. Ball number 3, third in a row. And Ascente on the lookout. Kazin's going to start throwing some strikes. That one's high, and Innocente walks. A mound visit from the Anderson head coach with a bases loaded situation. Going to USB-C, right? I was going to say, what if we made that the audio for that? Mason White hitting now. Kazin's first pitch. White swinging to hit. Bases loaded. Strike 1. Bacher, Millen, and Innocente all getting pretty decent leads. That one a little too outside, and it'll be ball 1. Kazin starting to wane here in the 5th inning. White swings at that one way outside. Strike number 2. Backs against the wall. That one's outside, and ball 2. Good eye by White. And Miller picks up on the pickoff, makes it back to second before the ball does. Even though there's a little bit of a low turnout tonight, a lot going on. Some students on the ridge now. And White strikes out. And nothing comes out of bases loaded.
Man, I mean, leaving the bases loaded and not being able to take advantage of that really is pretty disappointing. And it's just unfortunate because, as I said earlier, I felt like the Trojans were able to get ahead because of errors on the Knights' part, but stuff like that, we can't let that happen, man. Like, how, like, I just don't even know what to say. Looks like Satterwhite will stay on the mound for the Knights as we move to the bottom of the fifth. And whew, I was really batting my nails. There in the top of the fifth. Man, what to even say? Really, truly, what to even say? Other than it just kind of feels like we're in the same position that we were in on Tuesday right now. Things are looking a little bit better, but I'm trying not to jinx us. V has not been as great as not jinxing us, so I won't say we are jinxing anymore. I will say it's more V, but I'm not going to place all the blame just on us and our poor choices of words. I mean, the Knights really do need to clean up some things here. And Bennett Wright will come up for the Trojans here in the bottom of the fifth.
And we're back up with Bennett Wright batting for the Trojans. Satterwhite took over for Grona last inning. His first full inning, that's ball number 1. And that one's hit high to left field. Outfielder can't bring it in. He's running. He's going to second. Can't quite make it to third. It'll be a double for Bennett Wright.
Number 23, Will Livingston.
Knights continue to struggle. Will Livingston swings at that one. It'll be strike 1. Swing number 2, miss number 2, strike number 2. Livingston trying to advance the base runner. He'll strike out looking. Strikeout number 1 for Satterwhite tonight. Cooper Chitsey back up to bat now.
Cooper Chitsey.
A lot of talk from the Anderson student section. Outside, it'll be ball 1. I mean, the Anderson batting lineup, if I didn't know any better, I would just say is kind of an array of left-handed hitters with a couple righties mixed in there. That one looked on the money, but it'll be ball 2. Satterwhite looking for the pickoff. Ump calls time. That one looked good too, but it'll be ball number 3 for Satterwhite. Trying to avoid a walk. And strike 1. Chitsey celebrating a little too early as he's hauled back with a strike. 3-1's the count. Runner on second. Trojans up 7 in the bottom of the 5th. That one ripped to center field. Hits off the wall. And Anderson batter being waved in. McIntyre can't hold on to it. And he makes it home. Bennett right as Chitsey bats another double.
Now batting number 4, Max McCallum.
Folks, I won't lie to you, as I never do. If you're religious and currently tuned in, pray. Just pray. It's only been a good Friday for one of these teams so far. And McCallum experimenting with some new pitching options. Sam Humphreys up to the mound.
Now pitching for the number 7, Sam Humphrey.
Well, V has taken a quick bathroom break, and it appears Sam Humphreys will come onto the mound for the Knights. Now, fun little fact about him is his mom was my brother's kindergarten teacher, I believe. So that's I just have to mention that because that's the first thing I think of whenever I see him in the hallways at school. And we'll see what he can do as the Trojans are up 8-0 against the Knights, and just no words for that. And it appears what's-his-face is still on second base, and Max McCormick will come up to bat for the Trojans. And just, my gosh, I do have to say the weather is really nice, and we are in a really amazing location to play baseball, but that doesn't really help the pain and suffering I have to go through right now watching McCallum baseball. All right, Humphreys, see what you got. Ooh, that looked close, and it will be a strike, which the Anderson student section does not appear to be happy with that call. Oh, and McIntyre looks to throw the ball quickly over to second base to attempt to get the Trojan runner out, but he scrambles back in time. And The count is 1-1. As Max McCormick keeps trying hits. Oh, and what? Oh, wait. What? What the hell just happened? All right. Well, from my point of view, it looked like McIntyre threw it over to White in time to tag the runner out, but apparently not, and it's ball 2. And that will be strike 2 for McCormick. I am really confused. Maybe I don't know baseball enough, but it really looked to me like White tagged him out there. And a little too high, and that will be ball 3, and we have got a full count here, folks. And it's just hard to tell from here who exactly the Trojan on base is. I believe it's Cooper Chitsey, but I'm honestly not sure. It's hard to tell. And that will be strike 3.
Number 5, Connor Como.
This is strike 2.
Strikeout 2. Sam Humphreys coming hot out of the bullpen with 2 strikeouts already. Connor Como is back up now. That one's home. Strike 1. Como made it on base every time, every at-bat so far. A rough stat. 2 walks and a single. Sam Humphreys doesn't want to give him anything for free. He's going to have to earn it.
And V, I spoke with an A&M fan today about Connor Como as he is committed to Texas A&M for baseball. And despite that, the A&M fans are not ready to have him, as they're not a huge fan of him. And I will not repeat exactly what the A&M fan told me, as I fear our YouTube channel would get deleted. But that's just one little sign of his character. And yeah.
And Como, a little bit of a reputation as, holy crap, 3 strikeout Humphrey gets us out of the inning. Atta boy. As I was saying, Como, a reputation for mingling in other schools' affairs. Just this week, an MKSN exclusive, he approached, I think it was around 3 different McCallum girls.
Those Anderson boys love them some McCallum girls, and I think that is really just a testament to the kind of culture built at that school. It's a very fascinating sociological phenomenon that I have witnessed all 4 years of my high school career that really stumps me every day.
I think it speaks more to the character of, McCallum. We're very sought after. We are awesome. Anyways, Sam Humphreys, holy that's all I'll say. Loving what I'm seeing from him. Kind of wish we got him in sooner. As much as I love Satterwhite, we saw him on Tuesday. It wasn't the best performance. I feel like we kind of thrust him into an unfair situation. They were expecting him to come out and be the golden boy immediately. I think that was, just a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, and I think the job of starting pitcher is difficult for any pitcher. I think this was kind of a textbook example of Humphreys being able to kind of assess where the game's at and then get himself warmed up sort of in a slower fashion than you would maybe have to do as the starting pitcher, and, you know, just came out and bam, 3 strikeouts. Just excellent job so far for Humphreys. And it appears Cade Kazin will stay on the mound for the Trojans, which is certainly, you know, I do have to say he's been pitching pretty well so far. If you, you know, glance down to the bottom of your screen and look at the box score. And Max Satterwhite will come up to bat for the Knights.
And a little snack break as I'm talking to you with a pickle in the other hand. Max Satterwhite, speak of the devil, is up to bat. Way outside as Kazin goes into his 6th inning straight. He's been pretty reliable so far, but we saw him start to wane, getting the bases loaded last inning. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 1. Hopefully the Knights can take advantage of a worn-out Kazin. The outfielder drops it. Satterwhite picks up a double.
Just an excellent play there by Satterwhite. And, you know, that's the kind of stuff we like to see. And Tommy McIntyre will come up now to bat for the Knights. And, yeah, I'm really shocked that the Trojans are keeping – I mean, I'm not really shocked because Kazin has been pitching kind of well. But keeping one pitcher in for 6 innings in high school is certainly a choice. And And unfortunately, great double play by the Trojans. And or no, I'm sorry, just a single play. And McIntyre gets thrown out, but Satterwhite stays on second.
And, you know, a really good recovery by Satterwhite to recognize the threat of the double play and scramble back to second base. And, you know, he gave him a beat. Kaiser's up now. Let's see what he's got. Outside, good eye. No swing. That one hits the gap. Satterwhite being told to stay at third as Kaiser gets in there, picking up a single himself. McCallum student section, unfortunately not really here to experience this, but this is the closest the Knights have gotten to scoring a run all night.
I'm taking the mic away from V's hands because last time he said that we left 3 runners on base, and Lincoln Bacher, however you say his name, will come up to bat for the Knights as Kaiser and Satterwhite are on first and third, and that will be ball 2 for Kazin. And Como appears to be warming up for the Trojans to come in as pitcher. And that will be ball 3. And that will be ball 4. And we have bases loaded once again here, friends. And it appears Mr. Kenny Shortpants will come up to the mound to have a quick chat with Kazin. And once again, the bases are loaded for the Knights, which I will say nothing about how I think that will turn out because I don't want to jinx this game.
A all too familiar scenario for Kazan so far. As he's had bases loaded a lot tonight. Wanted to ask what their score was. Kazan, whatever his name is. He's getting ready. Umpire's getting ready. Everyone's getting ready. A lot of weight on Jake Gramling's shoulders here. Will he crack under the pressure? That's not Jinx. It's not Jinx.
Now batting, Jake Gramling.
And finally, a pitch is going to get thrown. That one's high. It'll be ball one. That one hits the gap. Outfielder can't get it. Knights are going. Satterwhite's in. Everyone else is being told to hold. Jake Gramling avoids the shutout as he brings Max Satterwhite home, and I prove Julia wrong.
Now batting,
Roland Hennard back up to bat for the Knights. An amazing play. Bases still loaded, one out. And it's going to be tough to follow. Hennard's got it. Good eye. That one's a little bit high. That'll be ball one. If only there was some kind of camera angle that let us see where the ball was in relation to the batter. That'll be strike one. Hennard, conservative in his batting. Seems so. That one ripped along the line. Sam Humphreys warming up for the Knights. That one ripped to left field. No one moves. And Roland Hennard pops out.
Now batting, number 7, Sam Humphreys.
Sam Humphreys up to bat now. His first at bat of the night. After a quick hangout with his bestie, the catcher moves back to the plate. the Anderson bullpen getting really loud. Their dugout pretty loud too. God, please humble them. Good eye by Humphreys. Checks his swing. That'll be ball 1. Way outside and almost in the dirt. Ball 2. Looks like Kazan's getting a little nervous now. That one is ripped directly behind us. My own phone is the one currently filming, so trying to cast some sort of protection prayer on that. If only this was Harry Potter, I could do like a spell, you know? Vada Kedavra or pop-outs. Just make them keep going. Three ones the count. Humphreys practicing amazing plate discipline as Kazan is forced into a strike scenario. Man. So it hit the light pole but bounced back in. Is that ball in play? Does that count?
As far as I know, no.
That's kind of a lame rule. Full count for Humphreys. This next pitch kind of decides how the inning goes. And Humphreys strikes out looking as the Knights get their first run of the game.
Well, we scored. So, yay, I guess? I don't... I'm not really sure what to say. Other than I'm glad we scored, but I'm also disappointed we left 3 guys on base again. I will say again, the weather really is beautiful. Looks like Humphreys will come back to pitch, which makes me feel an emotion that I will not speak out loud because I don't want to jinx this game. But he pitched really well. In the bottom of the 5th, 3 strikeouts to just get it over with and get us out of there. So we'll see if he can stay hot. I'm already regretting my words as I say that. I'm trying to be extra superstitious for this game, not taking any chances. So because of that, I unfortunately don't really have a ton of excellent commentary to say, but I will say the weather is incredibly nice, even though I do have goosebumps. But I can't tell if the goosebumps are from the weather or just this game. And Derek Pies will come up for the Trojans to bat, and again, he just has a really excellent walk-up song. I do have to give credit where credit's due. It's R.I.P. by Lucky. For anyone curious, give that a listen. And we'll see what Humphreys will do on the mound.
Baez up to bat now. Humphreys, strike 1. And he's been a great pitcher so far. I mean, 3 strikeouts, nothing allowed. What more do you want? And Derek Pye is kind of just staring down our student section that's not there anymore after almost being hit by that ball. Felt a little personal, but I respect it. You know, go stare at those people. Go ahead. They also play baseball. Genius. That one's inside. It'll be ball 2. Get those robo umps. No, I don't think it would. Kind of like having the human aspect because whenever we throw a pitch, it's like kind of not there. It's like technically there. Paez, swing and a miss. Strike 2.
I will say I don't really think robo ump is a good idea for high school baseball, but I would like to point out it's just a really interesting, funny coincidence how every time McCallum plays Anderson, the refs, umps are just about the worst ones I've ever seen. I'm just gonna say it's a coincidence, and you as the viewer can make whatever connection with that you would like to. And we've got a full count here as Paez is still at the plate. And that will be that goes out of the park all the way into the parking lot, but it is a foul ball, so.
And if your car is parked there, I think I might go check on it. Mine is, but I don't think it hit anywhere near it, hopefully. My money's on a cracked windshield. Sam Humphries, full count. His first batter of the inning. That one looked like it was there, a little high. And Paez a walk.
Now batting number 9, Hank Rippey.
Paez a warning from the ump after talking to Humphries. A pinch runner will come in. Connor Smith coming in for the Trojans. Strike 1. Hank Ribby don't want none of that. Humphries, first time going against Rippey. Strike 2. Humphries, one of those guys, he's a very reliable in how many strikes he throws. I mean, he's not going to do a whole lot of fancy stuff, but you need a strike, he'll get you a strike. He'll make you work for that hit. Goes for the pickoff, can't get it. Snap down pretty fast. And Paez is tagged out at second. He's gone. And a lot of confusion coming front now.
Now batting number 8, Kazin.
What just happened? What is this? I really wonder if this is his first time umping baseball. He might have been born yesterday. You have to be kidding me. Hey, tagged him. That should count.
No, as I just said a couple minutes ago, really crazy coincidence that every time McCallum plays Anderson, the umpires and the refs are just the worst ones I've ever seen in my entire life, to the point where I'm like, hey, I think get me out there on the field and I would do a better job.
And a single gotten by Mason White. Can't get the throw off in time.
Number 6, James Cole.
James Cole with bases loaded. I'll be honest. I'm going to need someone in our YouTube chat that knows these rules better than I do to explain to me how in God's name that was he was allowed to go back on base after being tagged. I know I'm not stupid. I haven't watched the most baseball, but I've watched a good bit. I enjoy The Sandlot. What are we doing? James Cole Jr. up to bat now. That one a little high and outside. That'll be ball number 1. And Anderson brings in 2 batters as it clips the ankle of one of the batters and goes off course. Outfielders can't get to it in time.
Now batting number 12.
And you may hear how congested I sound tonight. You know, if you're like me and the pollen has you acting up this season, it might be time to take a visit down to Aspire Allergy there on Balcones. You know, they'll help you with your allergies, get you treatments for them, and just overall help you breathe better and live a better life. I highly recommend them. No clue why. And thank you to Luke Mathabella for stating the obvious and that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know. That ump better get an escort back to his car. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything, but someone might. That one hits high and over the fence. Strike 1 off the foul. Humphreys winds up, sends it. That one looks like it dropped just a little bit late. Not where it needed it to be. That'll be ball 1. Humphreys watching the pickoff. Sent it in, and that one hits our roof. 2-2 count. And threw him out at second, looked for the double play, but fumbled with the ball, couldn't quite get it in time.
Will Livingston.
Runners on first and third. That one's hit foul. That one way outside. And he just stole second? What the heck? What? Why was no one there? What are we doing? Do we have this little... We're bringing our outfield or our infield like close... Do we have this little confidence in this guy? I guess he might try to sacrifice bunt, and that would end the game. That one's ripped into center field. Knights go and throw home. McIntyre bobbles it. Runner goes home, and that should be our game. Thank you and good night. Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't. I mean, I'll be honest. Hated the game still. That part didn't change. It made it a little more tolerable. I was kind of not a big fan of seeing McCallum get egregiously screwed out of that out. I have no idea what in God's name that was. Words cannot describe how mad I am right now. I'm going to hand the mic to Julia.
Yeah, as you just saw, I ran my hands through my hair, and I'm trying not to pull all of it out and go bald because what the hell. Sorry, my bad. The final score is actually 11-1, and you know what? I'm just going to turn that off because who cares? And just, what? I mean, okay, whatever that ump is on, just what? Just, I think, I just don't even know what to say right now. I mean, I will say, in my opinion, I think this game was slightly better than the game on Tuesday, but I'm trying to stay a little bit optimistic so I don't lose my mind. The main thing I have to say is we really need to work on our fielding, because what the hell, guys? But also, let's find some new umpires, I think.
Thank you for watching MKS and stream. As always, I'm V Overstreet.
And I'm Julia Cope.
And this has been McCallum Baseball versus Anderson, the game 2.